Okay, I believe I'm gonna give you an update, and some of this stuff I might have already gone over, but we got the pre-pump solutions kit installed from the rear all the way forward, all ran through the factory locations as best as possible, all nice and neatly zip tied up out of the way. Once again, the rear lines are all attached to all of the factory locations. You got your front part of the pre-pump solutions kit installed, and everything is installed and tight on your selector valve. Your 90-degree fittings on the bottom go to the rear tank. Your straight fittings right here on the rear of the selector valve go to the front tank. And then these two 90-degree fittings go to the forward side of the fuel system. This one with the blue line is the return that goes all the way to the bottom of the regulator. And this one here that's just pure green that's further inside the frame rail, that's going to go right here. Now I do have a couple of tag ends on some zip ties I got to do. That's actually on the agenda before I leave today. But I've got everything actually finalized pretty much from right here forward until I'm able to actually put the cab down. So as you can see, all the fuel lines are nice and neatly routed along the frame rail. They are all zip tied multiple ways, multiple times. So in the event that maybe you got to service your brake line or something like that, if you cut one zip tie to get something out of the way, the whole shebang doesn't fall out of your frame rail. But overall, in really good shape. I got the down pipe and the up pipe figured out as well. This clamp right here, just having it off and on a couple of times. I guess it might have been the original one, but it's tired. I'm waiting to put the brand new one on until it's the very last time that a clamp has to go on there. I got the stainless steel up pipe bolts in right here. I got the stainless steel up pipe bolts in down here. I've got all of your stainless steel exhaust manifold hardware right here. You should already know this, but I've got your dipstick adapter, which you can't see from there. Let me see if I can get it right there. There we go. There's your dipstick tube adapter. I've got that all installed. I mean, most of this stuff has been done for a while, but I've just been going through and tidying everything up. Basically, your fuel pump assembly or your fuel pump replacement fitting has been done. Your regulators installed, your gauges installed. This whole fuel system has ran for about 20 minutes at this point. All of your numbers are exactly where I would expect them to be, which tells me that your sending unit in your front tank and the sending unit in your rear tank are A-OK with the umbrellas that I put on them. Remember, they did not have umbrellas on them when I did this job. So I got your IPR pigtail modified, and I also covered your factory high pressure lines right there, as well as this one here. This is not part of the estimate or the job that we gave you, but it's one of those things that if I have them off, I'm going to do it. I also got your new fittings that are Loctited into your CNC H-pop right there. Every single one of these fittings along your oil rail have also been taken out, cleaned, Loctited, and re-O-ringed as well and put in, including that guy right there. Everything was put back. This guy was also reinstalled in the same manner. Your turbo, you already know about that. That's that KC Spinny Boy. All right, so coming over here, I did a video that explains this right here, but instead of using your old exhaust back pressure tube, I'm gonna tee this exhaust back pressure sensor right here. See that guy right there? I'm gonna tee him in to your map line right there before it goes over to your map sensor. That way your truck always sees 1-to-1 boost to back pressure ratio. Coming around the front here, I got this all reassembled and all put back together because I had it off in order to take your exhaust back pressure line off. That way it came out in one piece. I got your cam sensor done. I got your front gear set done for your front main seal, your low pressure oil pump. I got your damper put back on and it's torqued. I got new anti-seize put on your water pump outlet in order to put your fan clutch on. I've got your crankcase, I've got your CPS, your cam sensor wire routed back up through the way it was. I got the high pressure oil pump cover gasket redone. I put your new coolant temp sensor in. Then I also put in the extra, I'm getting a bushing for that right there for your coolant temp sensor that we're gonna put in for the edge. You'll also notice that I have fire sleeve protecting your feed and return lines, and it goes all the way from up top all the way to underneath here. So on this side where your manifold is, it's kind of far away, but it still protects your lines, not only from the heat of your oil cooler, but also from the heat of the manifold. The oil cooler was rebuilt. It's got all new seals, gaskets, O-rings. I am still waiting to get this block heater from Jason, I guess. I can't remember if it's Asher or Jason. I think it's Jason. So anyway, with that being said, I also have a new Dorman manifold here with the older style up pipes. I was able to get the bolt hole figured out that I think Jason might have called you about, and I had him get these approved in case we needed them. I thought we were going to need them. I had a simple oversight, probably a frustration oversight, on Friday or Thursday or whenever it was. But long story short, that's been taken care of. I've also got your new seals in on both sides, this one and the one over there. Okay, I also redid this guy right here as well because he was leaking oil. I got to do the brake line. I got to do the oil filter. I got to do the block heater. I've also, whenever the cab goes back down, obviously I got to get the AC put back on. I got to get the fan and stuff put back on, but I'm not putting that back on until I get the fan shroud on. If I remember correctly, there was something that fought me there. I'm just not going to take a chance. I'll just put the cab back down in order to do that. I've got to do your cab mounts, but I got all but your rear section, one right there and then one right there. I got all those, all your cab mounts and everything like that's off. So I did make a couple of hours progress today on your truck. I know it is slow going. It is what it is. I've got to work late at night in order to try to get this stuff done for you. And what sucks is that I ordered the wrong bushing for that right there. I thought it was 1/4 inch NPT. It's actually 3/8. So I got to get you a 3/8 to 1/8 inch NPT bushing. I already ordered it. I'll have it Wednesday, but that technically can go in when the cab goes back down too. But long story short, I made a lot of progress over the past couple of days, and I'm just kind of giving you the update on it. Also, just so you know, I have your old one. I saved your old one, so in the event for some reason we do have to use the diesel site one, whatever ends up on your truck is what you'll be charged for. So if we put your old exhaust manifold on and we use the diesel site up pipes, you'll just be charged for the diesel site up pipes. If we keep this assembly right here, you'll just be charged for this and be charged for the manifold. All of this switching back and forth and figuring this shit out and doing all the measuring and all the other stuff that I've had to do on this particular job, I'm not billing you for. It's just stuff that I've got to get figured out for you. And the problem is I'm only able to do a couple of hours for you each day, because typically during the day I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I am working late in order to get this stuff done. I did come in last weekend as well in order to try to make headway on this. So I definitely want to get cracking on this because I want to get this cab down. I got another project lined up. But I want to make sure I give all of the attention to detail on your job and the next guy's job. So I'm really, excited to kind of get this thing going and see how she runs when I get her back together. So I don't know if there's much else I can give you updates on right now, but my goal is maybe tomorrow, I think, start doing the cab mounts. I'm going to roll the chassis forward. I'll probably get this cab maybe starting to set down. I kind of would have liked to have done this and the gauge while everything was apart, for the exhaust gas temperature, but I'm not going to drill and tap that manifold until I'm 1000% sure this is the assembly that we're going to keep. I'm going to get this truck started and I'm going to be blipping the throttle, make sure we don't have any leaks or anything like that. I'm going to make sure everything is good before I drill that. Honestly, I kind of would prefer to keep the newer manifold just because of this sealing surface here, but it is what it is. Also, with that being said, I got to figure out, there was something else about the manifold. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I'll figure that out and I'll make sure I let you know. But that is your long update, Mr. Zach. So I guess that's pretty much it till I get some more work done on her tomorrow, okay?